Okay, everybody, welcome back to Trigger Tarot. Welcome back to Trigger Tarot. We're going to get going here, and tonight is Aquarius through Pisces. Now, I like to say Pisces a lot because I'm used to Reese's Pieces, but I think it's supposed to be said Pisces, although I could be wrong on that, actually, but I'm almost positive it's Pisces, unless you'd like to say Reese's Pieces, and then, you have a snack and maybe a good friend. And if you're dating a Pisces, maybe a snack and a good friend at the same time. I don't know. You have to let me know in the comments down below. But tonight we're going to start with Aquarius, then move on to Pisces. This is your Archangel card here. This came up, the Strength card here. So this is the Archangel card that you have infinite strength for the rest of August through September. So I know this is a little bit late here, Pisces. These readings I do take some time. They take a lot of energy. Honestly, they take a ton of energy from me. And, I have to find a time when I have the energy to do so. And so I'm going to try to get to these a little bit quicker. I think next month I will probably have all the videos ready to go within the beginning of the week. I think I have a system. I'll probably be able to get set up for that. So I think in the future, going forward, we'll have all the signs ready to go, pretty much within the beginning of the first week. So I will do my very best and try to get that all set up, which I think I can. So just wish me luck. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start here. If you're new to this, Aquarius and Pisces, I want to show you that we're going to be doing trigger sticks, which are some sticks. They're basically words that I pulled out of a dictionary that came from a dear friend of mine. We're going to go through the dictionary. We're going to find out what the words could potentially mean, and you're going to get one apiece. So Aquarius, you're going to get one for positive and one for negative affirmation, okay? So your positive is going to be here on the U card. Your negative is going to be on your outcome journey card, okay? Just want you to know that. So that's what these are going to be. And so we're going to go ahead and shuffle. You're going to pull your U card here, and everything else is going to kind of follow suit. So go ahead, Aquarius, and help me find the right thing for you, okay? Help me get to that right card. All right, so looks pretty well set here. Going to go ahead and let you help pick the energy. So I have Aquarius in my chart too. So fellow Aquarians, I might relate to you very, very well, actually, believe it or not. And we're going to have to try to figure some things out. Ironically, I also have Leo in my chart too, so I'm a bit of an enigma. So I'm like, I can see both ends of you, but that's not my main sign. Main sign, I'm a Scorpio. Through and through. We're going to go ahead and help you out, Aquarius, here. And it's going to also help me out in a particular kind of way. But you need to stop my finger so music starts playing. You are the number 3 card, the baptismal card. So that is your U card right here. You have an Archangel Strength going for you, and we're going to find out your lover card, your other card, and your other card here. So we're going to go ahead and try to figure that out. I'm going to put these cards over here, and I got the table just right this time, so now you can see it. So we're going to pull 2 trigger sticks here, whichever ones kind of call to me. So this is going to be on me here. You pulled your card. This is on me for what I think is the right call here. So we're going to go ahead and pull. I feel like this card. This card is negative. This trigger stick is negative. And This one's positive. All right, so the last two are going to go to Pisces. So all of them have been inspired, led by the Archangel of Strength as far as card picks, and this too. But we do have to ring the Lady Luck bell so she can give us a little bit more luck in helping figure out what's going on here. So let's go ahead and ring that bell and see what she has to say for herself. See if she'll help us out, okay? Why don't I eat some cake? Okay, that's the wrong... That didn't work. Let's try that again, okay?
Bring out your dead!
Okay, that one worked that time. You know, sometimes there's some graphical bugs that end up happening, and some random Japanese people talk, and then I might talk over them for what I think they're saying. But, you know, it can happen. You know, these things do happen, so apologies if you feel a little bit confused, but you know, sometimes there are those little glitches that happen in the system, and I don't know what to tell you. It's really weird. It's really weird, but it can happen. So anyways, positive affirmation for your U card. You are going through some kind of, you know, baptismal thing here, either you or someone you know. Positive affirmation. Now, this is a crazy word here. Ziziva. It is the number 13 card. It is on page 2008 or 2080. So number 13, there is a 3 in here as well. So you have 13. So there, it seems like there's an odd thing going on here with you. Let's pull up this thing. So as I said, I'm going to be using this particular dictionary to look this up. And this is where I pulled these words from, is this dictionary. Now you could look this up yourself, but I'm going to go ahead and do this here. So I'll pause the video. We'll get to the definition and we'll discuss this a little bit. How about that? Well, would you look at that? It is the very last word in the dictionary for this dictionary. Any of various tropical American. Let me look at this a little bit closer. It's hard to read it from that angle. Any tropical American weevils of the genus Ziziva, often destructive to plants. New Latin Ziziva, genus name probably from Ziza, a former genus of leafhoppers. So it's the very last word in his dictionary. It's on page 2008. I know, you know, newer dictionaries are going to obviously, you know, be have more words, but Ziziva. That is interesting. So the positive affirmation is a tropical American weevil. Destructive to plants, so it's some kind of bug, I guess. Yeah, weevils are bugs. You know, Chrono Trigger had some weevils in it, and they would kind of burrow into the ground. But it seems like, and there were also plants underground too. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, your positive affirmation is a weevil. Your positive affirmation is it either to be a weevil or something that is destructive to plants. Maybe the fact is something has been planted here, and to be destructive towards that particular planting, you know, establishment. Maybe it's some kind of establishment connection here. Maybe it's like, you know, the very last thing in the dictionary, the very last thing you'd think of that was an establishment that was planted. And being destructive towards that is actually positive for you, Aquarius. This is kind of a crazy read. We'll have to keep going here. Let's pull up a chance card here. Okay, bank pays you dividend of $50. So it looks like you could be successful if you, maybe there's weeds. Maybe you have to weed something out, like the weevils are destructive to plants. Maybe you have to pull out some weeds. Maybe you have to be the oddball, maybe you have to act like the unlucky thing in order to, do the right thing. You're getting strength from an Archangel card. This is your core card, your Archangel card. You will share this with Pisces for this read for this month. This is what I have kind of dictated, and the divine is seeing that I've been doing, so they're kind of cooperating. We are on a cooperative terms, so to speak. we cooperate with each other. I do a favor for them, they do a favor for me, or something like that. I don't know, but either way, this could be a good thing for you. Maybe there's something you have to weed out, and you'll gain some money that way. You possibly could, Aquarius. This is kind of interesting, So you got the 3 here, you got the 3 here, but 3, and then going to 13, that's 10. So that's going up 10. And if we add the 2 and 8, that's 10 as well. So something with 10. Some big important thing about 10. Let's move on. I gotta keep looking because got a really interesting read. Let's pull up this card here. Got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. So we're getting basically, this is what you come to on Trigger Tarot. All major arcana cards we usually pull up. And you get the Page of Swords. So your significant other is kind of greenhorning you. Either yourself, you feel like you're kind of a noob at this. This is the noob card. So this is a guy going, look at me in my green tights. Oh yeah, I look pretty hot, don't I? And he's like, I got the sword. I got my green tights here, and I'm such a noob, but I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it. And you're just looking at this noob, and your inner self or your significant other, and you don't even know what to say. You feel embarrassed. Feel embarrassed by yourself, or your significant other. You feel embarrassed because of them. It could be something ridiculous that's happening right now. Let's pull up this card here. This is your other card here. So we got a green 4, right? And for this, we got Saturn with a 6. So we've got a very controlling noob-like situation happening here with your other, which they're a bit jaded on this. They're a bit of a spade. There's 6 here, there's 4 here, and what did we say earlier? What did I just say? 10. 10. What does that make? 10. So we're going in steps of 10 here, which is kind of cool. I have to say it's kind of cool. Are we going to keep going till we get to 50? Because there's $50 here. The bank dividend pays you. I don't know. So it looks like you're going to be having like, I'd have to say that these are going to have to work together. You're working with yourself and your significant other. Now, whether this is a friend, like a family member, a brother or sister or something like that, best friend, someone like that, a very controlling aspect is kind of leading you down this noobish path. But things are going in 10s, okay? So there's the number of 10. All the appendages on my hand, which there's only 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. So please, if you enjoy this content, give it 2 thumbs. I would appreciate that. That'd be really cool. I do get some likes on this, and I do get some comments, and that's great. And I'm kind of enjoying this so far. I feel that this is kind of the fun thing that I've been doing, and I'm just kind of enjoying doing this sort of stuff. I know that, some of you do give some likes and all that, and I do see some comments, but I would like to see more people that are coming to watch this, at least give me a comment. It would be nice. I can say that I will definitely respond to the comment. I can't say I can, go along with everybody's request, because I have my own particular way of doing things. But if I do go along with the request, then you gave me a great idea that I didn't think of. Typically, I have to do things my own way. Otherwise, I just don't feel good about going forward with it unless it was something that I was thinking about beforehand, So if you can get to that thought process that I was thinking about before I thought about it, lucky you. But either way, let's go forward here and let's see what this journey card here is. This is your outcome. This is your journey card. Let's pull up this card here. This is the Page of Pentacles. Now, only on Trigger Tarot do we pull up all the major arcana cards. Now, look at that. Just like that. Can you hear that? If you can't, you're deaf, but I can't help you then. Which, in case, I might actually be going deaf soon, too. I don't know. I don't think so, though. But if I can't hear the volume of what I've set this recording to, and I sound ridiculously loud, then maybe I'm going deaf, too. So then I'll have to keep, sound checking all the time just to make sure that, we're all on the same page here. Because in future videos, if you can help correct me, to the right path, we'll all be on the same page. Or the same card. Maybe, potentially. So anyways, you're moving forward. You got all this controlling noob energy here, which is putting you into a controlled noob energy. Of which case, they forced you into this idea that you're like, just do it. We're going to go forward. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And you're like, okay, I'll make it. I'll make it. And your noob other is just looking at you and they're just all red in the face because they're so pissed off. They look at you. They're just like, why are you such a dummy? Why can't you just do this? You're like, okay. I'll hold it up. I'll do it. And they're forcing you into this idea. Now, whether this is like, this could also represent this 4, could also represent somebody that has passed. 4 is the sign of number of death in a way. Green though, so it's like a green light. But, we add these up. We got 10, right? We're moving up to 10. I was saying, what are we going to get to 50? Well, there's a 5. 10 times 5, 50. So maybe this is what this is going for, 10, 10. You got 10. You got 10, numerology wise. 2 and 8's 10. You got 10. And you got 5 with a pentacle. And you got 50. So I don't know. But I think we're getting there. We'll roll some die at the end, I think, too. Just to get a better idea. But you got this significant other or family member, or what I'm saying with death is you could have had like a grandma, grandpa, like an old aunt, uncle, a friend you knew, somebody that is just, they're still in your head, They passed away, but as far as in your mind, you still think of them and you still think of what they're saying to you. And you feel like it's noob energy because you have a good understanding of things, Aquarius. You have a very good understanding of things. And I know some Aquariuses, and they can be really good friends, really good people. But I have to say that you could have a past relationship that's driving you to create this idea, even though they may be not there anymore. Now, if it's not this, it could be a part of this, but it could be like a person that that is being Saturnial and just giving you this driving idea to go forward with this. It looks like you're going to come out on top, but you're going to have to take these very obscure. It's either very obscure and it's internal, or it's like you got this friend or family member or lover that's pushing you with all this noob energy and you just feel like it's weird. And it's going to help you create this one idea, this one pentacle going forward. This whole baptismal thing, and the plants and, feeling like you have to take away what's planted. It looks like you're uprooting, it looks like this is uprooted, that's uprooted. You're uprooting from like what you thought was consecrated, and you're moving forward with this noob energy into this noob idea. You're moving forward. It looks like this could lead you to a bit of a fortune, Aquarius. Now, how much? $50, which could lead you to something else. I know it's just Monopoly. It's just saying $50. It could be a lot more than $50. But it looks like there's this energy leading you from the sanctity of this idea and uplifting yourself, destroying what has been planted with the strength to move forward. Okay? Let's pull a risk card to see what that has to say. Alberta. So either you're going to Alberta, Canada, or it's just double confirming all the yellow here. You know, like it's all in a row. And it could be the fact that it's a vast wilderness you're going to be moving into, a vast expanse of territory. Oh, and if you have this on the risk board, you can place a reinforcement troop there if you turn in the set. Just want you to know that. But you're going to be kind of on your own journey here. You know, kind of on your own journey. This is a big thing here. Okay, so let's look at your outcome card. You got the 2. You got the 2, and you got the world in your hands with the 2 of wands. So that's pretty cool. Check that out. Check that out. So you're going from here up to here, 2, going into 2. Now you got 2 wands. Your pentacle created 2 wands. So your pentacle created something for this month or the next month you can move forward with. Let's look at your negative affirmation here. Negative affirmation is lucent. Lucent. Number 3, page 1067. All right, I'm going to look this up and we will try to figure this out, okay? All right, Aquarius, 1 second. Okay. All right, Aquarius, let's look at the page here. We have lucent, if you can see on the page here, it says right there, giving off light, luminous, translucent. Let me find the word on the page here again. All right. Translucent, clear. Latin, lucens. Lucent, present participle of lucere, to shine. See Luke in appendage sensory. Lucency. Okay, so lucent means clear or to give off light. One of the two. I feel like the word for here is supposed to really truly mean clear. Get this whole feeling of clarity. And I think that the fact is, this whole thing, with how obscure this sounds, it sounds like it's not going to be very clear. Like it's really not going to be very clear. You know, this is going back to this. There's a 3, there's a 3, there's the 10. You know, it's really not going to be very clear this month with what that basically is trying to say. Let's pull a secret mission card, get some clarity. Destroy all blue troops. Destroy all blue troops. So we really only have, like, as far as serious amounts of blue here, is, well, it's Saturn and the Page of Swords. So we're going to destroy those cards there. And we're left with the 4. So that's even less clear. That's even less clear. Your negative modifier is not to be shine, not to be shown, but to not be as clear. So it looks to me that you might have a potential outcome that might gain you some type of income, but it's going to be uprooting yourself destroying what has been planted, within yourself, or it could be the fact that you're going to get a bunch of Zyziva, or something like that. Maybe not likely. That's probably not super likely, but looks like you have to upplant yourself, have the strength to move forward. It might really mean that you don't have a physical person here helping you out, with this idea, and you're kind of moving forward. Although that was kind of leading me towards that idea, of which case that could still apply. But you got a lot of interesting 1, 2, 3, 4s now with the way things are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 8, and that gets doubled at that point. So it's a very shifting month for you. For August through September, you're going to feel a little bit off your game, probably. And I would say the only way to really move forward with this is to upplant yourself from where you were, move forward with this idea that you're getting from probably a divine inspiration. It could be like a past loved one or something, to create an idea, to move forward with this idea. And you might gain a little bit out of this, but it's not going to be very clear to you. It's going to be very obscure. A very obscure message with not a lot of clarity, but it could help you create a couple of sticks of some kind. It could help you, double your finances. Maybe this is what this means. This is going to help you double your finances for this month. So getting away from what has been touted as sacred or sanctity, or what everybody else does. Well, everybody else does this. Everybody else uses the stock market. Everybody else sells houses. Everybody else does this, and it's guaranteed to make money. Maybe, Aquarius, you're supposed to get away from that idea for this couple of months and use your strength with your own singular idea that you have to create something that might double your investment. He's holding the world here with 2 rods when he only started with one idea. And maybe I get this whole feeling like it's doubling. You had one thing, now it's 2 actual things. You had one idea, it's 2 actual things. Now, people don't think this is real, but in a lot of ways, magic is intention, and magic is your intention of your idea. And if I say, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to build this, I'm going to build this fence, I'm going to build this shed, I'm going to build a house, I'm going to build a garage, I'm going to build, a tree fort or something like that. That is this. But then once you actually start to put it into action and build it, then you've got this actual physical thing coming into play here. So whatever you do with this, you'll be able to make 2 of these things. You'll be able to double your profits. But it's really going to come from a past idea from the past. This could be somebody that, I get this whole feeling like it's somebody that has lived before, that maybe you knew. Maybe it has something to do with trees. Maybe you are replanting some trees somewhere. Maybe you decide to start up a business where you're going to go ahead and replant trees in certain locations that have had a lot of tree foliage cut down. Maybe it's something green. The death of something green has given you an idea to move forward and create something that will, generally make a gigantic forest of extra things. That could be the fact. But it's a very obscure message. It's very lucent. The negative modifier is lucent, so it means that it's not very well seen. And maybe it's not very well seen by others, but maybe, you have to think about this for a bit. Maybe look into the past. Look into the past of somebody you knew, what they wanted to give you an idea for, and maybe you laughed it off in the past, and maybe that's the very idea that's going to help you double your investments. Something you thought just didn't work in the past because it wasn't very popular. But maybe the fact is, maybe you have to be Mr. or Mrs. Unpopular this month or the next month in order to double your investments, because if everybody's going to the well to get water, you know how big of a line that's going to be? When you could just go out to the river and get the water? I mean, if we're thinking medieval times. But do you know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying, Aquarius. I hope this helped you out. I don't know what else to say. I feel like we kind of cut right to the core right there. We took out the noob card, the Saturn card. We destroyed all the blue troops there. I know this kind of looks blue, but this looks a little more like kind of purpley to me. This looks very blue. That looks very blue too. So I'm just going with like the basics I can see, but yeah, that's basically that. So that's all the advice that I have for you, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you. You know, I don't really hear from many Aquariuses, to be honest. I hear from a lot of other signs, but, you know, Aquarius is one of my bigger signs in my chart too, and, you know, I really don't hear from you that much. So it'd be nice, you know, maybe next month, you know, I'll have a different setup, and then you won't be, you know, so late into the month, you know, trying to get a August reading. But this is going to continue through September for a certain period of time until it kind of feels like this doesn't apply anymore. So maybe through the middle of September, I think for you, seeing as how I'm trying to do like a monthly thing here. But next month I'll try to get everything in a very efficient order, which I think I have a very good setup now to be able to do so. So, all right, Aquarius, have a great month and the beginning of September too. And I will see you next month. So, on to Pisces. $22. All right, I rolled it. I kind of forgot to roll for Aquarius last time. Sorry, Aquarius. I just figured we kind of solved a lot of things here, but 22, this could be important for probably, potentially Pisces. So let's go ahead here and let's continue here. Pisces, this is your Archangel card here for this month. You share this card with Aquarius. You're like, I don't want to share with Aquarius, but well, I'm sorry. Might have to. So, anyways, Pisces, you are right here. Here we just did Aquarius. And I'm kind of want to apologize in a way because, you know, I kind of get to you and Aquarius so late. And next month I'm probably going to start up a bit early. And so within the week, I'm probably going to have everything done to do your readings for the beginning of the month, but this reading is going to carry on into probably the middle of the next month. So, if you're, hoping that you're going to get some extra time, that's basically what I can, that's what I can help you with. So this month into the middle of the next month, and that's the best I can do right now, Pisces. But let's go ahead and pull some cards here. These two things here, if you're new to this, are trigger sticks. This is what I'm going to keep doing from now on because this really helps me a lot. So one is going to be your positive, one's going to be your negative. The only difference is that there were 24 that I wrote down and 2 per sign. So everything that I did has been divinely picked as far as like picking the, the right thing for the right card and all that. And these are all different words from the dictionary that I got from a dear friend long ago, and they're no longer with us. So I'm going to go ahead and use this dictionary, and I'm going to use the words in here to help you out, and we're going to go forward from there. But your core sense of identity is strength right here. So you have, angel taming the lion. Okay, and a number 8. So one of these is going to be positive, one's going to be negative. So I think this one's going to be positive here, and I think this one's going to be the negative. So negative just means that it is a negative modifier, something to be wary of. Positive means that this is going to be your uplifting factor. And so I'm going to not describe that anymore. In the future, I'm just going to go ahead and lay it out just to save some time, so I don't have to vocalize every little detail. But, all right, Pisces, I want you to help me pick this card here because you have a lot of energy. I am a Scorpio, so I understand the water energy quite a lot. But I'd like some help with this one because, I know that you could definitely help me figure this out. So we're going to go ahead and pick this card. Close my eyes. I'm going to wait for the surprise. See which one electrifies. Summarizes. That didn't rhyme. But it could. I just said summarize. Then it would rhyme. But I didn't say that. I said the whole thing and I kind of messed it up. I know I did. All right, don't get on my case about it, Pisces. Just calm down. Just calm down. Don't get all over me about that, okay? All right, so I think this one right here, the Emperor. The Emperor. Only on Trigger Tarot, we pull all the major arcana cards. So, you are the Emperor for this month. We have to pull the rest of the cards here. Gonna do boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Just like that. So your positive affirmation with the Emperor for this month is going to be quite interesting. I kid you not. You can go back and watch other videos. We pull almost all the major arcana cards here. It's crazy. Crazy good. All right, so this is you. It's going to set you up like that. Positive affirmation is puzzle. Puzzle. Positive affirmation number 7. And what do we got? Number 4. So we got positive affirmation, a puzzle. So maybe you are puzzling. Maybe you are doing a puzzle. Maybe there's something good about this puzzle that you're trying to solve that's going to be helpful to you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look in here in the dictionary. To the dictionary! We shall find out what it means today here on Trigger Tarot. Okay, got to page 1474 by turning all the pages individually at the same time. So, I'm going to go ahead and read this here. Puzzle. What does it mean to puzzle? What is a puzzle? to baffle or to confuse mentally by presenting or being a difficult problem. Here, let me read this because I've got a better angle here and I don't want to burn the book. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to repeat history here. So, to baffle or confuse mentally by presenting or being a difficult problem or matter. Number 2, to clarify or solve something confusing by reasoning or study. He puzzled out the significance of the statement. INTR. Number 1, to be perplexed, to ponder over a problem in an effort to solve or understand it. Puzzle. Noun. 1A, a jigsaw puzzle. B, something such as a toy or a game that tests one's integrity. 2, something that baffles or confuses. 3, the condition of being perplexed, bewilderment. Origin unknown. Origin unknown? It's the first time I've ever actually read that in a dictionary. Origin unknown. Puzzler. Noun. To baffle or confuse. So your positive affirmation is to baffle or confuse as the Emperor. It looks like you may have some enemies that you might be picking up on here, Ms. or Mr. Pisces. I don't know. Do you like Pisces or Pisces? I have always used to say Pisces, but I think Pisces sounds a bit too much like Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces. And maybe that's not good. I don't know. I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm actually genuinely curious. I'll probably have to listen to more people say the word, and then I'll remember. But if you want to let me know in the comments down below, please go right ahead. I would really, really like to know. So, it looks like being the Emperor, throwing out a puzzle is actually going to be helpful to you. You are more of the warrior Emperor here, you know? This is the, I would say kind of earthy fire kind of Emperor here, but you're going to be puzzling towards other people in a positive way that's helpful to you, okay? So we're going to go ahead and I don't think I really need it. I don't think I need a community chest or chance card here. We pulled number 22 out. Yeah, we already pulled that out, so that's kind of like the, what is that, the architect card? Or the master card? Or the master number, numerology-wise? I'm trying to remember that. But that's 4, which is interesting because we pulled up the Emperor with 4, and there's, if you add that up, that's 4. There's a bunch of 4s in that, where, you know, as far as that is concerned. So that does kind of confirm that, which is pretty cool. You know, we got the 5, 6, 7, 8. To break that down by 2, we get 4. This is so interesting. This is so cool. Okay, let's go to your significant other card. Let's see what this is. The Knight of Wands. Oh, look at that. Only on Trigger Tarot. All the major arcana cards just pop out, jump out at me like, hey, look at me. You don't need to look at the other cards. Just look at me. And that's where it's at. So this is your I was going to say your southern card. This is going to be your self card if you're single. Ooh, look at that. Pick any color you want. All right, this is going to be your lover card. This is going to be your significant other. Or this could potentially be a family member. Brother, mother, sister, father, whatever. So what it's really saying is pick any color you want for yourself. It's giving you the option to transform. And I think it goes along with being puzzling too. So your journey forward with your Neptune card here, which Neptune represents, a bit of creation here, infinite creation, but it's a little bit on the spade end here, okay? Because your significant other could be crazy. That's why we're using the crazy eights. Shh, don't tell them that though. They might not like to hear that. Now, I know you might believe that, and I might believe that myself, but go ahead and tell them they're crazy. They're going to be a little bit upset with you. Be like, I'm not crazy, you're crazy. And you get in this whole argument, and you really don't need to go down that path. I've been down that path a few times, and I've kind of regretted doing that sort of thing. So if I tell you this, don't go repeat that to them, please. Just say, well, because of these particular cards that were pulled, and this thing and the other thing, it's possible that maybe you're off your rocker a little bit, or maybe you're a little confused, or maybe you just don't understand me. You could word it like that and, try to get away without, fully going up in flames or something like that. It could probably work out in your benefit to just not tell them they're crazy. I would recommend not doing that. Now, if you say it jokingly, and then at the end of your statement, you're like, well, maybe you are crazy. Do you think you are crazy? And then they laugh and they get a little upset, but then they come back and go, I don't know, maybe I've been a little bit all over the place, this month or whatever. Okay, anyways, I'm getting way off topic. Holy cow. Pisces, why do you do this to me? You draw me out in these long conversations that I don't know how you do it. But very watery here. So your significant other is also being very watery too. Creation, infinite creation, but a little bit of bitterness in there. So there's something going on here, and it looks like you're kind of moving forward. You have every kind of option possible. You got some creative options possible, but it looks like your significant other is a little bitter. Maybe you're succeeding in ways that they haven't, and they're a little bit jealous. Jealousy? Maybe unspoken jealousy, but maybe they're being creative too, and you have a full palette to paint your idea with, to paint your picture with. There's nothing here. You can pick any color. This is this is in Uno, you give this to somebody else, they can pick any color they want to, but basically it's a safe card to use in Uno because it just, gives you the opportunity to put down any card right now to help you get out quicker. So this is like a very positive card for Uno, a very positive card. It's not negative to other people. It's kind of helpful to other people, but it's extremely helpful to you because it means you don't have to pick a color to place down to go out. This is one of the cards I use on a regular to go out. I just save this card half the time. And some people are like, oh, you got to play it. No, you really don't. And if you really do, maybe it's depending upon where you come from. Either that or maybe I just play very bad Uno. But, this is one of those cards that you could pick to help you go out, on a winning streak. So you're getting loving energy from a significant other, family member, whatever. It's a little bitter. And sometimes it's not bad to have some bitter things because I like some bitter beers and I like some bitter foods, but I don't eat it all the time. But sometimes bitterness can help you, see past some hurdles that may be there. So maybe their bitterness is a little bit, founded in something. So maybe they might actually have some good advice. Maybe just take a little bit of precaution or heed. But not saying you shouldn't go forward with it because you have the Knight of Wands here. So it looks like you should go forward with your idea. Obviously, you have Archangel of Strength. You are the Emperor right now. You're throwing out some puzzles. Maybe they're bitter because they can't figure out your puzzle. And maybe you're rotating around with ideas with your puzzle being puzzling to other people, Pisces. Maybe you've just become very confusing for this month for other people to see and recognize and understand. And it could be why you've thrown me into a bit of a very talkative mood. Because if there's something very interesting to try to figure out, it seems like I really try to figure it out, you know? But anyways, let's go forward. This is your journey card here. And you have the 2. You have the 2 with the little archon in the middle there. Now there's 2 snakes in between the archon, because you don't know anything about Gnostic understanding. I could go over it with you, but either way, this is kind of a marriage card in a way too, or at least it's a sharing card. You know, a divine sharing of cups. You know, you're sharing your cup with someone else. And so this looks like a bit of a controlled situation here. And you want to share your cup. You know, there's a lion there, there's a lion there. A lot of power here. A lot of power here. A lot of power everywhere. Everywhere. A lot of power. I'm going to share your cup. Let's pull up this here. Great Britain. Great Britain. Great Britain is a big historical thing that has been very powerful throughout the years, represented by not initially the lion. I think it was a red cross or a red flag. I'm trying to remember what the initial national flag was, but it was, I believe it was a red cross, but there's a lot of lions associated with a lot of different cultures with Great Britain. So I'd have to say, in this perspective, your journey is going to make you feel like you're on an island. A big island, but you're on an island. Because Great Britain is, well, it's not that big. I mean, I'm in America, so we're on a bigger island, more of a continent. But I have this feeling like you're on an island here, Pisces, and you're feeling a bit alone. You know, you feel like you're with people, but you're not really with people. You're with people, but you're unsure. You've been a bit puzzling, which has been helping you out. You have choices, but you feel like you're amongst a lot of friends and such, but you feel like maybe you're misunderstood. But maybe you have good reasons to be puzzling, because being this emperor is, you know, going to be pretty helpful for you, you know, this month. So it feels like a lot of confusion here, but you can move forward and you can do really good things. You have a core archangel that's going to help you push forward here. You got a bit of confused family members. If you don't have that, you have full range of options as to what you want to do. Maybe you're going to meet somebody. This could be a love reading in that sense. You could potentially meet somebody there, you know, and move forward with that. But you feel like this whole choice that you have right here is just all on your own. You're getting inspired. You got this archangel strength, but you're not seeing it. Like, nobody looks up at the angel here. You see that? Besides this card, nobody's looking at that angel. All right. So we're going to pull up your finale card here. You have the 8 of sticks, or the 8 of wands, and there's an 8 right there. So if it's a significant other card, it's matching here. So it looks like you might be close to finding your significant other. So I'm seeing this as a family member is going to be, you know, uniting with a brother, sister, mother, father, or a significant other figure here. This looks like you're moving forward with this. And love is confusing. Love is puzzling. But it's leading you forward. It could be the fact that, you're going to make a reuniting connection. This might not be a full job thing. It could feel like you're a bit on your own with this whole thing here. But there's a lot of old, ley lines, tied in. There's a lot of old magic, going on here. So let's find out your negative affirmation here, your negative affirmation, unfetter. Unfetterer. Number 17, page 1950. Unfetterer. That's 17. If you add up 17, it makes 8. So this actually matches this number in that particular fashion. This is puzzling. So it looks like you have a puzzle to solve with a family member relationship. So we're going to go ahead, pause this, and we're going to look at what that means, okay? I'll be right back in a second. Okay, all right. So it took me half a second to open up the page, but it's actually unfetter. So let's get to the word here. Is 1950 unfetter. Okay, it's right at the bottom of the page here, if you can see this. Here we've got unfetter. To set free or keep from bonds. So I'm just going to read it real close because the book is insanely heavy, actually, and trying to hold it over a lit candle is not the best idea. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this. But I'm used to fire. I'm around a bunch of Leos all the time, so I'm used to the fire. All right, so unfetter. To set free or keep free from restrictions or bonds. So unfetter. To keep free of restrictions or bonds. Why would that be your negative modifier? Ooh, Pisces. Oh, I get it. At least I think I get it. Maybe you can tell me what that means. Let's pull a secret mission card here. Get some more confirmation. Conquer the continents of North America and Africa. So it looks like you're kind of going all over the place here. You have made a very puzzling whole deal here. Very puzzling. I don't think that this means what it means. I think you're still making things puzzling. And to unfetter is your negative affirmation, to set free. So, what would that potentially mean? It potentially means that all this stuff you did is going to create a sort of, in a way, it could potentially create a cage, an infinite cage. There's 8, 8, and 8, all in a row, right? And you're like, well, what does that potentially mean? So it means that you've been very puzzling to a family member or a loved one, and you want to create a bond with them because you're creating this bond, and this means to unfetter. So all these things that you've done will create a situation, a very physical, pliable situation with a loved one that is very emotional too. They're a little bitter, but there's very emotional too. But what your negative affirmation is unfetter. You need to release the bonds. You've been in a situation where you've been the empire of a particular thing. You've been very puzzling. You've had a lot of strength with your archangel, being a lot of strength, been leading the way. You've had the choice to win at any angle possible. You've been very meticulous with being puzzling towards this particular person to the point that you've been wondering if you're living on a big place, a big island, all by yourself. But you are with this person. You feel mentally maybe you're not, but you are with this person, and it's created this sort of cage in a way, maybe a physical, construct of whether you're married to this person and you feel like now with the current situation, like things are this way, we have to live this way, we have to do things this way. It's going to be a negative modifier to be, fettering them, to be sort of caging them in a way. It's sort of made things difficult. So you have to unfetter. You have to unfetter the bonds that have, been here. Now, you might think there are no bonds. Everything's perfect. Well, there's a lot of strength that you're going to get this month, and maybe some of the strength is to look within and see if there were some bonds. Now, 8 doesn't mean there's been 8 bonds, but it means that this could have been something that's been infinite, meant to happen. Maybe this was meant to happen for you to see that you could become the knight and change the course of your life in a situation to grow and to help your partner grow with an understanding that you've become better. You have unfettered them in some way that you didn't even know beforehand. And now, because you are releasing this, whatever that is, I don't know, you'd have to tell me, that things are going to go better. So your positive affirmation is to figure out the puzzle which will unfetter this other person in your life. Maybe in a mental perspective. But it could, maybe for them, it might feel physical. It might feel very powerful. They might feel like you've, in a kind of emotional way, kind of fettered them. You've chained them. Maybe if they've passed on, maybe they feel like you've chained them to this reality because you can't let them go. And it's a sad thing, and I can understand Pisces, because when I've had people pass away in my life, it took me a long time to let them go. This could be somebody that's passed, showing 8s with infinity here. It could be somebody that's passed. It could be somebody that's living with you right now, or that you know. And maybe the fact is, my advice for this month and the next month is to take a deep look into what you've been doing that has been puzzling towards other people. Maybe you have been puzzling towards other people, and maybe you've been doing it as the emperor, as a crowned figure, to maybe try to help them, or maybe try to help yourself. But this puzzle is going to lead you to a core inner strength that an angelic figure is going to help you with. You're going to move forward with the Knight of Wands. You're going to see one side or the other. You're going to understand the connection you have with this person. And it's going to lead you to the realization of some kind of fettering, some kind of chaining that has happened between you and this other entity. And maybe you can break those fetters. You can break those bonds. Maybe not break up with the person, but maybe break something. Maybe it's the puzzle that you're trying to solve. And because you solve the puzzle, it's no longer chaining you to the idea. It could be something like that. But let me know, Pisces, down below. This was fun. I have to say, this one was really fun. You got 2s there with the 4. There's the 4. Boom, 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 like that. You're going up to 8. With this. You got this is coming from Aquarius, obviously, but then there's the 8, 8, and 1 and 7 for the numbers 8. Just screams to me like there's infinite ties in here with your significant other. If this is kind of a wild card here, you can kind of paint your picture with how you're going to figure this out. But you have to solve the puzzle. It looks like with this unpainted picture, it looks like you're moving forward. You're going to have to solve the puzzle. I don't think the significant other can. I think they're leaning on you or with the divine help to help you solve this puzzle, which will break the fetters to help you get unfettered and help them get unfettered. Maybe you're both kind of chained to this idea or this unhealthy, kind of cage-like mentality system that you've been in. Now, I don't know. Maybe you're in Great Britain. maybe it's from taking a trip to Great Britain. I can't say. Maybe you need to take this cannon here and go, let's light this cannon. Boom! And then the fetters break off. Maybe you need a cannonball shot. Maybe you need to go to Great Britain. Maybe you met this person in Great Britain. Maybe this person only knows Great Britain styled English, of which British actors, I can't understand them when I'm watching Netflix. I don't know what it is. I don't think they pronounce the word the correctly. It's usually pronounced with an F, although a T is not an F, and I never understand that. And Australian actors, I can understand them a little better. Okay, I'm going off topic here, but anyways, Great Britain's pretty interesting. There's some this Great Britain could be the key, in a way, to understanding this month and the next month. But yeah, Pisces, I hope you had a great time. I hope you got something out of this. Please leave some likes down below. If you want to support me somehow, I do have a PayPal. I don't have a Patreon. There is a way to find out on my channel. If you want to see some more stuff, I typically do a lot of strategy stuff, a lot of strategy games. I will be coming out with some more stuff. I've been thinking about going back to some stuff that I've done in the past, and I had a lot of fun doing it. The only reason I kind of stopped doing some of that stuff is because it does take a lot of time, but I'm realizing that I can, set my time up a little more efficiently now. So next month, Pisces, you'll probably be very close to the beginning of the month here as far as checking out a video. And that's all I've got for you. I hope you had a great time. I hope that you can literally solve this, super well, and you can just knock out this problem, super easy. And hopefully next month, you and this other person that you're working on this particular thing with will become unfettered. So I hope you had a good time. I know I've said that like a bunch of times, but I just want to repeat that. And that's all I've got for you. Okay? So for the end of August through somewhere middle around September, I think this should apply. So I basically go for like monthly type things because, this is already an hour. It's like a half an hour for each sign, so it does take a lot of energy. But, I wish you well, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care, Pisces. Or Pisces. Whichever one you want to be called. You gotta let me know, though.